Miss Robertson, this gentleman for a while was your boyfriend.
Yes.
And the co-defendant used to be his girlfriend, then wasn't his girlfriend for a while, now is his girlfriend.
No.
Or he had both girlfriends.
We were all in a relationship together.
Nice. He decided, Mr. Penn, that he just wanted to be with Miss Green. Or they decided.
Can I explain?
It really isn't terribly relevant. He's with her, not with you anymore.
Yep.
And it is your claim that Mr. Penn owes you the balance of a loan that you made to him while you were all in this relationship together.
Yes, ma'am.
And the loan was to fix his car.
The loan was for him to replace the car.
Now, at the time that he was replacing the car, he was, according to him, driving you daily between Brooklyn and the Bronx. Was that to work?
No, ma'am. He was not driving me daily at all. The reason why he had to replace the car was that he was taking me home from a date that we were on, and he crashed his car. And that's why I lent him the money to replace his car.
Don't speak. Do you come from either Brooklyn or the Bronx?
I live in the Bronx.
What's in Brooklyn?
They live in Brooklyn. He was not driving me daily. He drove me back and forth once in a while. Once, like, I was going to see them, or he was taking me home from being with them in Brooklyn. It wasn't daily, so I have kids, so it couldn't be daily. It was like maybe every other weekend or on the weekends.
So on what date did you give him money to replace the car?
December 27th, 2017.
We're now almost 2 years later.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much money did he give you in that 2 years?
$150.
And when did the two of you break up?
In November of 2018.
And when did he give you the first money?
He gave me the first payment on 12/20/2018.
Now, Mr. Penn, what did you make that payment of $150 for?
There was no payment of $150, ma'am. That was just money given to her.
Just a second. A payment is when you give somebody money. You gave her $150 in December of last year.
Mm-hmm.
What was it for?
For her pockets.
For what?
For her pockets. Like it was for her.
I don't understand what that means.
Like it's for, like she had no money in her pocket and I gave her money.
The two of you were no longer a couple in November.
Correct.
So what were you giving her money for in December?
She asked for it. We were still, at the time, we were still friends.
How much money did you give him to buy the car?
I gave him $2,000.
I'd like to see it.
And I also have text message proof, too.
I'd like to see it.
Okay. Oh, and this is proof of Western Union from him sending me the money.
He sent you $130.
Yes, and as you can see, the conversation from the text messages, he's telling me to download an app so he can send me the money, the remainder of the money. We agreed on every 19th of the month. Sorry.
एक दिन एक छोटा सा गांव का लड़का नामकुमिल दुनिया में पैदा हुआ। वो अपने माँ बाप के साथ एक छोटे घर में रहता था। इसका नाम अब्दुर्रहमान था। अब्दुर्रहमान का दिल हमेशा खुशियों से भरा होता था। चाहे जो भी मुश्किल आती, वो हमेशा उसे मुस्कुराहट से निभाता। एक दिन एक बड़ी मुश्किल आ गई। गांव को सख्त बारिश ने धानप लिया और घर के सारे लोग छत पर एक जगह अमन की तलाश कर रहे थे। अब्दुर्रहमान भी अपने वालिदीन के साथ बराह रास्त छत पर पहुंच गया। मौसम की गैर मुसलसल बारिशें उनके दिल को भेगने लगें, लेकिन अब्दुर्रहमान की खुशी कभी नहीं। एक दिन एक छोटा सा गांव का लड़का नामकुमिल दुनिया में पैदा हुआ। वो अपने माँ बाप के साथ एक छोटे घर में रहता था। इसका नाम अब्दुर्रहमान था। अब्दुर्रहमान का दिल हमेशा खुशियों से भरा होता था। चाहे जो भी मुश्किल आती, वो हमेशा उसे मुस्कुराहट से निभाता। एक दिन एक बड़ी मुश्किल आ गई। गांव को सख्त बारिश ने धानप लिया और घर के सारे लोग छत पर एक जगह अमन की तलाश कर रहे थे। अब्दुर्रहमान भी अपने वालिदीन के साथ बराह रास्त छत पर पहुंच गया। मौसम की गैर मुसलसल बारिशें उनके दिल को भेगने लगें, लेकिन अब्दुर्रहमान की खुशी कभी नहीं।
Japanese soldiers were primarily trained for combat, engaging in battles across Asia and the Pacific. They participated in offensive operations such as the invasion of China in the 1930s and early 1940s, as well as defensive actions against Allied advances in the Pacific Islands. Their tactics often involved aggressive assaults In areas where traditional military tactics were less effective, Japanese soldiers employed guerrilla warfare tactics. This involved small, mobile units launching surprise attacks on enemy forces, disrupting supply lines, and conducting sabotage operations behind enemy lines. Japanese soldiers were primarily trained for combat, engaging in battles across Asia and the Pacific. They participated in offensive operations such as the invasion of China in the 1930s and early 1940s, as well as defensive actions against Allied advances in the Pacific Islands. Their tactics often involved aggressive assaults. In areas where traditional military tactics were less effective, Japanese soldiers employed guerrilla warfare tactics. This involved small, mobile units launching surprise attacks on enemy forces, disrupting supply lines, and conducting sabotage operations behind enemy lines.